Stocks in Asia falling overnight. Hong Kong's Hang Seng fell by 2.6%, and Japan's Nikkei was down 1.7%. The Shanghai Composite remains closed. In the meantime, the number of confirmed cases of the Wuhan virus rising overnight to more than 7,900 people. That tops the number of people infected in China during the SARS outbreak of 2002. And SARS took place over 18 months. So you are talking about a much faster ramp up over a much shorter period of time. The death toll this time around rising to 170. This outbreak is expected to take a serious toll on China's economy. Eunice Yoon joins us right now. She's got more on what's been happening there on the ground. Eunice.
Thanks so much, Becky. Well, you know, it is a grim milestone. And so it's causing economists across the region to really wonder whether or not they should rethink their economic forecasts for the year. Beijing had been expected to set the economic growth target for the year at around 6% when lawmakers meet in March. However, there was a government think tank that said that for the first quarter, they saw the economy potentially slowing below 5%. So that triggered a lot of alarm bells for a lot of other economists. So Mizuho, for example, had said they see growth potentially dropping to 5.6%. Fitch sees a range of 5.4 to 5.9%. The EIU is very pessimistic, predicting a slowdown to as low as 4.4%. So what's most cited is the fact that China's economy is much more consumption driven. So there aren't going to be necessarily as many people going out watching movies or going to restaurants because of the outbreak. Also, the size of the economy is much bigger. So research houses like Macquarie say that exports won't be able to save the day. And in fact, there have been several provinces now that have announced more delays to when companies will be able to come back to work. So most of the companies would be able to come back in about a week or two. And so the expectation is that the government is going to eventually want to ramp up more stimulus. And some estimates are, or some of the economists are saying that it could be quite aggressive infrastructure spending is possibly in the double digits.
Hey, Eunice, those dates that we're looking at now, February 9th for many of the provinces, I guess this is kind of a rolling situation where we continue to watch what happens. If they don't feel like they've gotten their arms around it or contained it at that point, you could continue to see those dates move back again.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, when I've spoken to many manufacturers or other companies in the services sector, nobody really believes that February 9th date is set. And that's because there's still not a whole lot of faith that the outbreak is going to be completely contained by then. In fact, there was a really unusual decision this week by a Beijing court, which kind of gets at the issue of transparency here in China about this outbreak. And that is that the high court here in Beijing had decided and ruled that medical workers who had flagged the flu-like illness in a private chat group and who had then been punished by police were improperly treated. And that was seen here as an alert to local authorities that maybe they should be much more forthcoming with information. But because here in China, it's quite common for people to be punished or to be, in some way called in for questioning if you write what's supposedly a rumor online, that it's not really a conducive environment for sharing information.